Being joined now in the studio, very special guest. She's familiar here. You've been here quite a few times.
I have, yeah.
It's Melanie Hooyenga.
Hello.
Am I close?
Yes.
Hooyenga.
Got it.
Okay.
Yes. We practiced like 5 times. So.
Melanie is a local author. And real quick, want to get this out there. You will be at the Bookman this Saturday from
10 until noon.
10 until noon, reading excerpts from this book.
I won't be doing excerpts. We'll have 11.
I don't know why I'm fixated on that.
Because I normally do that. It's okay. We'll have 11 children's authors, so middle grade, picture book, young adult, from 10 till noon. And then from 3 till 5, they'll have 11 adult authors, all local authors kind of in the West Michigan area.
And the great thing is, it's the Christmas season. So if you have preteens or young adults on your Christmas list.
Books make great gifts.
Yes, they do. And it's still the feeling of having a book in your hand or unwrapping a book at Christmas on Christmas morning. There's still something about that.
Yeah.
You know, you can have your tablets and all that kind of, if you want to read on those, but just having a book in your hand.
Yeah, it is nice to have those.
It's just a great feeling to just sit down or lay in bed and read an actual book.
Yeah.
So Melanie, what are we talking about today? This is your other books were all for young adults. And once again, is the Trail Rules. The
Rules series.
Yeah, the Rules series.
And then the Flicker Effect series, yeah.
And this one is kind of a departure from that because it's a very open, honest book about you.
Well, it's a journal, really.
Yeah.
So it's a very small amount of it's about me. It's really about the person who buys it and uses it. So I've called these journals the Book of Good. There are 2 versions right now. The inside is the same, just the cover and the artwork is different. And the idea is to write 3 good things each day. So I went through a period of time in my life, probably about 8 or 9 years ago.
Well, this is what I mean by when you were just like so open.
Oh, yeah. I've been really open about that online. So I went through a really tough time. I was very depressed and was in therapy, which I strongly encourage for anybody who needs that sort of thing. But I needed something else to kind of help me get through each day. And I decided to start focusing on the 3 good things. And over the years, I've talked to a lot of people about this, and I've had people reach out to me and ask kind of how I pulled myself up from where I was. And I've told them about this, and it's kind of been in the back of my head for a few years to do something like this. And I'm not publishing a regular novel this year, so I decided, okay, I'll do a journal.
Yeah.
So at least I have something that I published. And the idea, there's each spread, so 2-page spread when you open the book, has 1 week, and you have 3 lines for each day, and then at the end of that week there are 3 lines to write the highlights from that week. So by the end of the year you've done a full year. But each one, it's just labeled like week 1, week 2, because I don't want someone to feel like they have to wait until January 1st to start something like this.
Awesome.
I'm not a fan of New Year's resolutions.
I'm not either.
I feel like if you want to do something to improve yourself, waiting for a special day just makes it harder, because what if you're sick that day and you miss it, and then you're like, oh, I have to wait till next year.
We need applause for that.
So so the idea behind this is really just to kind of help some people, and I've had a really great response. It's been out for a couple weeks, and my friend Adrian did the artwork, and it's amazing as well. So
okay. And talk about a great Christmas gift for somebody that and I'm sure that when you started writing these down for your own personal life, I imagine you could just see the change. And if you go back and you look at the first few days of that, I'm like, wow, I was trying to find something.
I was looking at the one that I had because it was just a regular notebook. I mean, don't tell anybody, but you can do this with just your own notebook too. I mean, you should buy this, but really, it's just the idea is to start focusing on the good things, and it doesn't get rid of the negative, and it's not saying like it's magically going to cure the world.
Exactly. But
it kind of changes your outlook a little bit. And I was flipping through my journal from when I had this in 2011. And a lot of it focused on other people. If maybe everything sucks in your life, but hey, your sister just got a raise, or somebody's having a baby, or
anything
whatever. It doesn't have to be solely on you, but it helps you kind of get out of this rut where you can be stuck in your head and everything is terrible.
Oh, being stuck in your head is the hardest place to escape. And I know that I think a lot of people have been at that point in their life where things seem really low, but I've been there years ago, and I lost a job in radio, and I lost a girlfriend. She broke up with me, and I was at that point where I had to find a reason to get out of bed.
Right.
And I didn't write them down, but I just thought, okay, let's do a certain amount of things. I have goals today. And sometimes it was just make lunch.
Right. Oh, my dog was cute today.
Yes.
I had a good lunch.
Because you're at that point you're reaching for something.
Right.
And it's amazing how you can look back and see, hopefully that will change in every entry you have. to eventually, hey, I met somebody great today that I want to get to know better, or I got a new job.
So funny that you mentioned that one. I stopped writing in this about the time my now husband moved in with me, because it just seemed weird to be writing in a journal before I went to bed with him. But there were a few where I said, like, I'm stupidly looking forward to seeing so-and-so this weekend. So when I was looking through it, when I was doing all the marketing materials for this, I was sending him pictures of different ones. I'm like, hey, look, you got an appearance.
You got a journal entry. Yeah. Keep working on that. Maybe you'll get more.
So
never take them for granted.
Yeah. So the idea behind this, obviously, this isn't going to, I think the copy in the book says something like, it isn't going to suddenly make the world turn into rainbows and puppies, but just being able to change your outlook a little bit.
Your goal, your entry for one day could be, I met a puppy.
I'm not a puppy.
So, yeah, I met a puppy. I know a puppy. We're getting, you just never know.
And, again, this isn't something that's going to suddenly magically cure everything that's sad in your life or bad or anything like that, but can help you focus a little bit more. Like I'm sure we all have those friends on Facebook or on social media that all they do is complain about things.
Yeah.
And I wonder how those people get out of bed sometimes. If all you can focus on, I have bad things that happen. I choose not to. If I dwell on that all day, that consumes you.
Well, like you said, though, some people, that's maybe what they live for. I know that sounds so bad.
Right.
But there are some people that just all they want to do, it seems, is to find the bad in something.
So
those are the same trolls that get online and criticize every post on Grand Haven Informed. Just to criticize.
Right.
Yeah.
So the whole point with these books, the Book of Good, is to, if you're looking to find a little guidance to help you find that. And I originally, one of the taglines I played around with was maybe calling it the journal for people who don't journal. Yeah. But I decided the structure of it's a little bit different than that.
Yes.
But, there aren't long open pages for you to write a novel. It's just, 3 quick things. Yep. And something that it's very family friendly. There aren't, it's not one of those that has curse words or anything like that. And something that, I've had some friends already buy them for their kids. You could do it like a parent and a child together. So it's really in all ages.
Cool idea
yeah.
Too.
I mean, if you want to help them teach them gratitude and reflect on those things,
there needs to be more of that for
appropriate for all ages.
I like how you, at the end of the week, you can sum up your week too.
And then I do quarterly summaries too. So each quarter I have a full page where you can kind of reflect like if you've noticed any changes in your outlook and how you're looking at things.
Well, it's a way to kind of hold them, I guess, accountable for. Did you do something good this week, or did you make yourself happy somehow this week? Look back on that week and say, "Oh, maybe I can work on this now next week," or have this as a goal. So
and in the marketing pictures that I've had, like both on my website and online and on like Facebook and stuff, I have pictures. I did like sample ones that we did pictures, and I made my husband do one too. So I had boy hands in there.
He's very helpful. He is obviously he should be your biggest cheerleader, and he is. I mean, he's a great guy. So Melanie, where can people go? Of course, with the Bookman.
The Bookman it's also at the Paper Place.
Okay. Cool.
Yeah, Reba's been great. So
awesome.
She has some there as well. But the Bookman will have them, and then other than that, they're just on Amazon right now.
Okay.
But if you go to my website, which is MelanieHoo.com, there's a link there that you can find out more information, read a little bit more about my story and what led to them, as well as where you can buy them.
But I'm encouraging you, because for one thing, I like Melanie. You're just such a cool person. But you go to the Bookman this Saturday when she's there and have her sign it, because she's local, but yet you can see the bigger picture.
I try.
And I think that, some of your books that you've written have been about places I don't think you've even been.
No.
But you have that imagination, of course, as an author, to take people there.
Right.
And I think that's one of the great things about your trail, the rules series,
books.
the rules series. I'll take this as long as it's got to be a movie, because the characters in your novels, they're so real.
Yeah.
And if it just gets in the right person's hands, it's got to be a movie.
I hope so.
It could be a made-for-TV movie.
I'd be cool with a Netflix deal, whatever.
See?
If somebody wants to throw that my way,
a Lifetime thing, and those are of course, you will have those books with you too on Saturday. Your entire series, the Flickr series.
Yep. Also make great gifts.
Yeah, I was going to say, just if you've got preteens or young adults. There you go. You can wrap it all up with your gift giving right there on Saturday at the Bookman. So, anything else, Melanie? Thanks again for stopping by.
I appreciate you having me.
Always great to see you out and about in the community, and I just want somebody like you to succeed.
Well, thank you.
Because you're just genuine.
Well,
so
thanks.
there you go. And,
I appreciate that.
I want you to remember us little people when you're, you're in
I will try.
you're in Hollywood and you're saying, I don't like the way they read that part of the movie.
No,
So
no.
yeah. All right. Once again, your websites.
Melanie Hoo, so MELANIEHOO.com.
Okay. Thank you very much, Melanie
John.
Hooyenga.
Yep.